Remember, euro is in the so-called indirect quotation. It's value of one unit of foreign currency in domestic currency. So 1.1309 means 1 euro is equal to 1.1309, or 1 euro since other nations use the dollar sign as their currency symbol. Even Mexican peso uses that. So that means how many euros? It should not be a complicated calculation. Yeah. Exactly. So that's equal to, let me write it with the computer, because it's going to make the calculation for me. I'm going to basically get this in thousands. All right, so that's equal to, not USD, dollars. Come on. Okay. Had I done this at the exchange rate right now, would I get more euros or less euros? If I could and use current exchange rate, I would have gotten more euros, since current rate is 1.0730, which is obviously less than 1.1309. Since I'm dividing by that exchange rate, that would get me more. So if my view is that euro dollar will be, I shouldn't say euro per dollar, just euro USD will be much lower than 1.1309. This does not necessarily make me happy. The swap exchange rate very happy, because I'm kind of paying too much. Technically speaking, for pricing purposes, 1.1309 is the fair exchange rate because of the interest rate differentials. US interest rates are much higher. Is there something I can do so that I end up with more euros if my view is indeed correct. But I don't want to be penalized much. If my view is incorrect. So if over the next 5 years on average, euro dollar exchange rate, let's say, is 1:1, okay? If I don't do the swap, I'm gonna effectively convert it over 1:20, right? Which means I'm gonna get less euros for my 20 million. So is there something I can do? Can you think of a financial instrument that's gonna allow me to have my cake and eat it? Almost. Did we talk about anything like that in this class? Do you guys remember options? Turns out there are financial instruments or contracts that I can use to compensate me if my view is correct and cost me little, if any, if my view is incorrect. So basically here's first I will enter into the currency swap and agree to pay 20 million each year to get what was that, 17 something, 17,685 in exchange. But I also want to make some money if the average euro dollar is below 1.1309. Have we talked about an instrument that would allow me to do that? So I want a financial contract that's going to pay me if the exchange rate is below 113.09, but it's not going to cost me anything if it is above that on a gross level. You remember what kind of contract that was? Well, basically, I want a payoff structure, something like this. This is euro dollar. Let me use a different color. think of this as gross payment. Obviously, nobody's gonna give you a payoff structure like that. It basically says, if it's below 113.09, I'm gonna pay you. If it is above, we're even. That means if I'm giving you that contract, I'm taking that risk. So I'm gonna charge you something. So there's gonna be a net payoff. This is the net payment. And this amount is actually the option premium. Whenever you make money on an option when the price goes down, this is called a put option. That means you have a right to sell at the so-called strike price, but not the obligation. We talked about one kind of put option. We talked about a European put options.